I think we should start. And the first presenter is Miss Jennifer M. Conda. And she's a senior science research specialist at Forest Products Research and Development Institute, Philippines. And she specializes in plant systematics and taxonomy. So over to you, Ms. Conda.
Good day to all. Let me present my topic, bamboo species used in the bamboo musical instrument of selected indigenous people in the Philippines. I am Jennifer M. Conda from the Department of Science and Technology, Forest Products Research and Development Institute. This is part of the Bamboo Musical Innovation Research Program on documentation of Philippine bamboo musical instrument. In this presentation, we will focus on bamboo species used by selected indigenous people communities. BMI refers to any instrument made by the IP group using bamboo. BMI has been part of the Philippine culture and being used by ethnic groups to express their passion for music, but also for festivals, cultural activities, and rituals. Through time, evolution in the production and usage of BMIs have been documented since 1960s. Here's the map where BMI, both commercial and indigenous people, have been documented. For IT, we have documented the BMI of Aita in Zambales, Bagobo Tagabaw tribe in Davao, Alandig tribe in Bukidnon, Tibuli tribe in Lake Cebu and South Cotabato, the Kalinga tribe in Kalinga province, and Majukayong tribe in Mountain province. The type of instrument documented were classified as idiopones, chordophones, membranophones, and aerophones. Idiopones create sounds primarily by vibration. Meanwhile, stringed instruments are classified as chordophones. Instrument that produces sound by the way of vibrating stretch membrane belongs to membranophones, while aerophones are instruments that produces sound by causing a body of air to vibrate. The instruments documented were bamboo clappers, sitar, scraper, jaw harp, split drum, tube drum, fiddle one string, bamboo rhythm stick, quill-shaped tube, flute, shaker, buzzers, and xylophone. Bamboo are tree-like grasses of the family Poaceae. They are fast-growing renewable resources. Also, a good substitute for woods. They are used for a variety of purposes like construction, furniture, fuel, textiles, weapon, and musical instrument. The bamboo species identified as raw materials belong to 5 genus, namely Bambusa, Dendrocalamus, Gigantocloa, Sisostachium, and Pilostachys. For Bambusa, we have documented Bambusa espinosa and vulgaris, while Asper and Marillianus for Dendrocalamus, Atar and Davis for Gigantocloa, while for Sisostachium, we have documented 3 species, Brachycladum, Lima, and Lumampao, while only one in Pilostachys, which is Pilostachys etuis. Here are the photos of bamboos and musical instruments documented in the study. Bambusa espinosa is known as kawayang tinik, a spiny or thorny bamboo, which was used in making idiopones by the Bagobot tribe like Togo and Palakpak-Kaoda. And also, the Tibuli tribe used this species in making their sludoy and the thick-walled and fibrous bamboo like Bambusa espinosa make it suitable for this species. Ulibyu of Kalinga tribe is the only instrument documented using Bambusa vulgaris. This species were cultivated and naturalized in the. For Dendrocalamus asper, which is known as giant bamboo due to its large diameter culms, 11 bamboo musical instruments from Tibuli and Talandic tribe have been documented using this species. They can make sitar, drum, rhythmic stick, harps, and string instrument. Having large diameter, the Tibuli tribe used it in making tinonggong. This is a drum with a length of 7.7 inches, a diameter of 5.8 inches, and thickness of 1.7. Dendrocalamus asper naturalized in the Philippines, and this was commonly growing in Mindanao area, such as South Cotabato and Bukidnon. Maybe, or that's why it is being used by the IP communities in making their instrument. Other instruments using Dendrocalamus asper are sal and kumbing, and also duigay of Tibuli tribe. Duigay is a unique string instrument considered as a lute or violin. The string is made from abaca, while the resonator is from the coconut shell covered with bamboo can sheet. Displayed using a bow made from dried bentung and the neck from aphos bamboo. The local plays this instrument for entertainment and rituals. Another species of Dendrocalamus that was documented is Merellianus, which is known as bayog in the Philippines, and it is endemic. However, only one species, which is unat, is made out of this species by the Majocayong tribe in Mountain Province. Gigantoclawa ater, known as lasak, is cultivated and introduced in the Philippines. It was used by Tibuli tribe in making idiopones like sal and kumbing, and also kemsal. Gigantoclawa laevis is known as bolo. It has been used by Talandic tribe in making pulala, a flute, and this is an introduced species. So based on the documentation, the indigenous people are not just using endemic species or native in the country, but also now they are using introduced species in making their bamboo musical instrument. Another introduced bamboo species used by Talandic tribe is Pilostachys edulis in making their flute, the pulala. The asa-asa kagikmanok of Bagobo tribe is made from Sisostachium brachicladum. Asa-asa kagikmanok is an aerophone, a small water flute made from internode with closed end and small diameter windpipe attached to the body. Meanwhile, Sisostachium lima is native and widespread. However, it is only used by Bagobo tribe in making lontoy, flute with 6 holes. Among the bamboo species enumerated recently, Sisostachium lumampao, known as boho, have been used by most of the bamboo musical instrument of Kalinga and Majocayong tribe in the Cordillera Autonomous Region, primarily because this species is endemic to the Philippines and it is abundantly growing in their areas. The instruments from this bamboo are usually idiopones, such as buzzer, scraper, xylophone, tube drum, and sitars. Some aerophone like flute was also produced. The diameter size of this species is 3 to 5.5 cm, and maybe that's why it is being used or suitable for this kind of bamboo musical instrument. So we have here the bungkaka, the togo of Bagoba tribe, the kulilit, patangug, patiteg, tungali, which is a nose flute, the yelingding, tungatong, and also tungali, a mouth flute of Lubwagan tribe that uses Takil Lumampaw for their bamboo musical instrument. Other species are sagaypu or sulimo. Majukayo tribe bamboo musical instruments such as bailingding, beredong, yuganjung, kulitong, tabelungan, tabatab, tungali, ayag-odan, and unat were also made from this Stachyum lumampaw. So, being endemic, so it means that these species are widely growing in the area. That's why most of the indigenous people in Cordillera Autonomous Region was using this species for their bamboo musical instrument. So for the conclusion, we can say that indigenous people used native and naturalized bamboo species in making musical instruments, but recently considering introduced species as raw materials. A musical instrument can be made from different bamboo species as long as it can produce the intended sound. Suitability of bamboo species for BMI is based on their characteristic and intended uses. The thin-walled and long internode bamboo species can be used in making percussion instruments such as pipes, tubes, buzzers, and flutes. Meanwhile, wide diameter culm species can be used for string instrument, sitars, steel drums. While for flute, species with small diameters are the intended bamboo species for this BMI. So with that, I would like to thank you all for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, Jennifer. It was really a very, very interesting talk. If questions are there, we can just take up that. I don't think so. Anybody raising hand? If not, I have a small query from you. Do you consider age when you talk about these instruments and all? Are age taken into consideration?
Yes, of course. When we documented the making of those bamboo musical instruments by the indigenous peoples in the different project sites, they are collecting the mature stem for their musical instrument. And also there are some traditions that they use when there are proper months of collections. There are months that they are not collecting because, for example, when there is enough rain. So they say that they are not collecting the bamboo species because the instrument will be suitable for some attack. But definitely they are using mature stem for the instrument.
Okay. Indeed, it was a very, very interesting talk. And for different instrument, do they use different age class, or is it same for all? You're saying that most of them you're using mature bamboo stems, but they become very brittle. So what about the cracks and other things?
Actually, when we document their making, some of the indigenous people are not practicing preservation techniques. So they say that they have the preservation techniques of the instrument. They dry it under the fire, a slow drying process. So to prevent the cracking of the poles or the stems.
Jennifer, it was really very, very interesting, and you're really doing a very good work. And just keep it up. You have been instrumental in finding out new species of Hoya. That
Ah,
was
yeah, discovered some.
that is really very interesting to me because some work is going on in my division also. So I just wanted to know about that. We still have some 4 minutes, so can you just throw some light on that?
The discovery of that subspecies of Hoya melliflua is, it's not
Oh.
intended. We're doing field works, and then we encounter this species, and here in the Philippines, there are lots of newly discovered plant species of Hoya. So we let the Hoya species to grow and have it flowers, and then when we collected the flowers, we sent it to Dr. Kloppenberg in the US, and then that's why he do the diagnostic if this is a new species or a subspecies of Hoya. And based on his analysis, this is a subspecies of Hoya melliflua, and we named it after our scientist here in FPRDI, Dr. Ramiro Escobin. That's why it is Hoya melliflua subspecies Escobini.
Okay, that's really great. Yeah, congratulations for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Jennifer.